I finally got Ohio out of the Research Bureau. I was pushing hard for her for the past few months and finally got her. And this is about my fifth game out in her, and I've been bringing her out in the Airship Escort. So this match is mostly tier 10 with a couple of tier 9s. We have two destroyers, four cruisers, and six battleships on each side. We have a pretty good matchup here with Yamatos on both sides, Ohio's on both sides, GK's, Schlieffen's on both sides. We have a Wujing, which is one of the Chinese battleships. The other side has an Ohio, the famous American battleship. We have a couple of Des Moines and a Puerto Rico for our cruisers for radar. They have two Puerto Ricos and a Plymouth, and a DM Donskoy. So that's pretty much it for the radars. So they have four radar ships. We have three. We have the Johan de Witt, that is the Dutch cruiser that throws the parachute bombs. It does not have radar though. And then for our DDs, we have the Vampire 2, which is a Research Bureau destroyer that has that crawling smoke, very deadly ship there, and a Summers, which is no longer available in the game. So that's a player that's been around for a while if he has a Summers, but I'd sure like to have one of those. It's an American destroyer. I think it's one of the Fletcher type destroyers, and it's a enemy force detected. Very good torpedo type of a boat, but it has pretty good guns too, as all the Fletchers do. But the thing with the Summers is it has three sets of torps that it can throw out, very much like the Shimakaze does, although I think it has one on each side and one in the middle rather than where it can swing all three to either side the way a Shimi can. Now the other side has a Shimakaze and Forrest Sherman. Now the Forrest Sherman is a destroyer that has the ability to throw only two torps out into the water at any time, but the thing with him is that he has very fast firing guns, and he can fire SAP, semi-armor piercing ammunition, which can do a lot of damage in a hurry to light cruisers, to destroyers, and even to battleships when he gets the superstructure just right. Alright, well, we spawned near our airship circle, so I have moved into the circle and I'm already taking shots at the opposing team. Bunch of torps coming toward us, but that looks like everything that their Shimmy had. Throwing them out all at the same time. Well, I am just doing my best to get good broadside shots into any of the ships I can. I tried a couple on that DM Donskoy. He's a radar ship, and those Russian radar ships have long range. They're 12K radar. Have a tendency to cause a lot of trouble to our destroyers, and I don't want anything slowing our destroyers down from doing their job. So we'll keep him out there at range. Now these guys are throwing everything at me because I've attracted their attention. They've done a little damage to me, nothing too bad. They've done about 13,000 damage to me. I've returned the favor with almost 24,000. Totally whiffed on that Schlieffen though. He turned in just right. If he'd been a little bit slower than that, I would have really done some good damage to him. Ohio has excellent guns, large caliber. I have somewhere around, I think, a 23-second reload or so, so good reload here. Ooh, let's see if we can't get a few shots on that Shimikaze. Worth blind firing on, even though I had some shots. Oh yeah, there you go. 2 overpins. Anything helps so that anybody else catches him, they'll be able to put him down that much quicker, especially if it goes into a destroyer duel. Okay, let's see what we can do with that Montana. Oh, he disappeared. Okay, let's see. Maybe Schlieffen will dodge again, but try to fire where he's going to. Okay, I detected something, but I'm not sure what. And I was the one doing the detecting, which is pretty weird. Guess not. I was worried that Plymouth or something was going to pop up right on the broadside, put a bunch of torps into me, but it wasn't him. In fact, now I can see he's way out there in front, out there by the termination. Oh, wow.
We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
Caught that Schlieffen just right. Okay. Well, get the full effect out of our heel, so let's use it. Now we are going to be going right into this squeeze point, so this is going to be pretty tricky up here. But it looks to me like the only ship on their side that is actually pushing this squeeze point is their GK. And he's dealing with all of us at the same time. Their Yamato is over there, but he's not right here in the action, although Yamatos do their best work at a distance and GKs do their best work up close. Then Ohio's do their best work up close also. So we'll see how this one works out. Now the only thing out there that could be spotting me is that Yamato. Okay, these guys are going to push right around this corner. Here comes the Puerto Rico. Oh, a couple of overpins. Puerto Ricos have such good armor that I should have at least gotten full pins. I was hoping for citadels, although it is really hard to get a citadel on a Puerto Rico. Okay, he is using his radar. He just got one of our Des Moines. Now he's turned around where he's getting some clean shots maybe. Okay, got him. There we go. And now I am in the enemy cap and in our cap at the same time. So I just got to push ahead and hold them back a ward. Now let's see if we can get a shot into that Plymouth. Plymouth is a light British cruiser. Has radar, hydro, and smoke. AP only, but he would be very dangerous to our DDs. I don't think so. Nope. Scattered a little too much. Okay, well, now something's coming right in here. Looks like GK is pushing right in front of us. Can I get... he's turning out a little bit. Maybe I can catch the side. Nah. Wasted it on the rock in front of me. Too bad. I was hoping to catch his back end since he was turning out. I figured I'd just bounce anything that hit toward his front end. I think our Des Moines got him. Nice job, DM. I love the Des Moines. They are good ships. I use mine quite a bit. Oh, she got stuck on a rock, and I need to push forward. Oh, wow.
Enemy battleship foundered.
Okay. Enemy Ohio is dead. So Des Moines, I'm sorry, but I need to push up here. I know you're kind of stuck here, but you're just going to have to wait for a bit. Because we've got another Puerto Rico coming around here. Ooh. Boy, they do hit hard, don't they? No problem. I've got my Des Moines, I've got me, and then I've got one of my DDs behind me, and even a Yamato's behind us on our side. So this guy doesn't have a chance. There we go. Summers got him. Okay, now Yamato's hitting me from back there, so I need to back up. Got 30 seconds till I get another heal. That's probably going to be about 20 seconds too long if I let Des Moines keep shooting at me. Oh, here's a nice shot at the Plymouth broadside. All right, now here's the... Oh, good. Okay. Plymouth down. We are just about to win, and we got it. Well now, let's check those after battle stats. So we cleared 124,000 in damage. So we got a pizza party, as Clyde Plays Live likes to call it. Had 4 ships that we sank. 43 target hits, 2 of them were citadels, and we hit 40 secondaries. So that was okay. I thought I'd have actually hit more shots than that. 25 overpins, 15 full pins, only 3 ricochets. So Ohio guns are pretty good. We did end up with held at bay and push ahead, hold them back. Those are the 2 top honors that you can get in this mode. In the team score, I came in a very close second to that Des Moines that I was kind of getting hung up on. And so he had a couple of good kills. I think he deserves a comp there. All right, so then we'll move on and let's take a look at that detailed report. So total shots fired, it looks like I fired 43, no, I fired 116 shots, hit with 43 of them. So yeah, almost a third, a little over a third of them hit something. So I think with 8 guns, not bad dispersion, not great dispersion, but not bad. I guess that's okay. All right, so we did end up with, wow, 2,755,000 in potential damage. Boy, that is a crazy number. That's all the shells and any torpedoes that were fired at me that came close enough to almost hit but didn't quite. All right, well, the ships we took down in Ohio, we took down that Plymouth over the rock, we took down a Schlieffen, and then we took down that Puerto Rico. Almost a kill steal there, but he had to go down. He was in a bad spot. Okay, let's see what our captain skills are. All right, so I put Leroy Jenkins on here. I was using Halsey and doing pretty well with Halsey, but I thought I'd try Leroy Jenkins with a different set of skills. I had all the same skills on Halsey that I have here, except I put long-range secondary battery shells on here just to see what they would do, and I did get a few shots out of those. However, what I gave up was my adrenaline rush. Oh, sorry, my basics of survivability. And so that's the one that reduces the time that my fires and flooding are causing damage to me. So in the long run, that one can kind of hurt, but on the other hand, I decided to build this out as a secondary battleship and see what she can do because that's really one of Ohio's strengths. And she did pretty well with it. All right, now let's see what I have for modules on here. So I went with the enhanced damage control party, the one that you have to pick up in the coal, in the armory for coal. And so that gives me some extra time that my heal is running, and that does seem to help. Then on top of that, I have Damage Control Systems Mod 1 to help reduce the risk of catching fire and being flooded if I'd been hit by a torp. I have Artillery Plotting Room Mod 1. That increases my main battery firing range, which helps, but it also increases my secondary battery firing range. So on top of the captain's skills, I also have that extra firing range for my secondary battery. And then I have reduced secondary battery shell dispersion, so my secondary guns are going to fire in a tighter grouping. Then I've added in Damage Control Mod 2 to reduce my uh, the time that the fires and the flooding are occurring. And so I've really built this out as a brawling battleship so that when I am taking damage, it's reduced as much as possible, increase the opportunity for my guns to do the best damage they can. However, I do run Concealment Systems Mod 1 because really when I'm not actually firing, I don't want to be seen. So that reduces my detection somewhat. Then the last one is the Artillery Plotting Room Mod 2. And that reduces my dispersion considerably. So when I do fire my shells, they tend to go pretty close to where I aim them and not scatter all over the place. Now, Ohio isn't perfect about that, but this definitely helps. And then I have my normal repair party, but then Ohio is famous for having that great heal. And the way this works, it's a normal heal, but it works for 30.8 seconds and has the extra HP per second, but then I get it back every 40 seconds. And then if I run my flags for that, then I get it back even quicker. So I didn't happen to have that on today, but the November Foxtrot would get my heal back even just a little bit faster, 5% faster. And then I am running the spotting aircraft instead of a fighter. Spotting aircraft gives me the extra distance and I can see over the islands and take some of those shots that I was able to take and not be completely blind firing. But if I was running into a lot of aircraft carriers, maybe I would switch to the spotter, but I haven't been seeing them too much in this game mode. So Leroy did a good job for me. He's my favorite captain for my destroyers. He's on the Mahan and on Kidd pretty regularly, but he did a good job for Ohio too, so I might be using him here frequently. We'll see. Okay, well, that was a fun battle.